All right, we are back on the slice. It is World Tour Finals time, one of my favorite times of the year because we don't see any fluff. There's no first round matches that are just terrible. There's no boring stuff. It's all just straight to the meat. We have the 8 best players on the ATP here at the year-end tournament, and it's going to be fantastic. We got 2 groups, Djokovic, Nadal, obviously the 2 leaders of those groups, and I'm going to break down who has the harder group and just what their matchups look like in those said groups. So welcome to the show. Happy you're here, and let's get into it.
So I don't have many bagels.
Welcome to the slice.
Welcome to the slice.
Welcome to the slice.
All right, folks, thanks for being here back in our fall-themed studio. We got the pumpkins, very festive. Thanks again, always, to our sponsors. They make this show happen. It's kind of like a magazine. You know, when you flip through a magazine, there's all those ads. Instead of doing annoying ads, they just have these amazing companies sponsor our show. Womo Sport, best tennis clothes in the game. Code below. Bear Mountain, our home club. Code below. Check it out. Your next tennis destination getaway. And Courtside Sports. Code below. You want to get new tennis rackets, the rackets that just come out, you can go there, get them for a discount, which you never can anywhere else. And if you're in Canada, shipped to you for free. So it's a no-brainer. Like and subscribe. Thank you guys for being here. It's World Tour final times, but we've had a little break here. Sorry, we've had some, a lot of things going on, some family things. The election was going down, lots of craziness. So haven't made a video since the middle of Paris, where Zverev ended up beating Nadal pretty casually. Like, he was just the clearly better player. After the last time we saw Nadal play was at the French Open, when he put on one of the most supreme performances I've ever seen in a Grand Slam, which was crazy. It's just crazy to see the differences on the different surfaces for that man. And then Zverev went on to lose to Medvedev in the final. So Medvedev came out of nowhere after playing terribly to beat Zverev in the final. Now, obviously, I'm going to address the elephant in the room for Zverev is the allegations that are on him of domestic abuse from a past girlfriend, Olia, is her first name. So my thoughts on these are, we got to address it. My thoughts on this are, obviously, any guy that hits a woman is an absolute scumbag. Bury him beneath the earth. Not actually, but like literally absolute trash person I have no respect for. Did that actually happen? I'm not going to me, these are still accusations. He's denied them. I don't know who to believe. If other girls come forward and be like, yeah, this guy's an animal, it's like, then he's off. So he's like out. So for now, I just put him on thin ice. Nikolai Balashvili is getting prosecuted in, I think, Georgia for domestic abuse charges, which any guy that wears sunglasses like this on a court, it kind of makes sense. I'm kidding. Too far? Obviously, Zverev's in some trouble if that's true, or he's in some super annoying context or allegations if they're untrue. I don't know who to believe because I don't know either of them. I don't know really that much about the situation. So that's all I have to really say about that. I hope everything gets sorted out with justice. I think that's fair to say. Zverev's also going to be a father, so craziness in life for him. But that is that. We're going to focus on the tennis here on this show. And the tennis at the World Tour Finals is going to be amazing. Why? Because we have the top 8 players in the world, which is always the case. But I feel like at this year's World Tour Finals, we have the hottest 8 players in the world by far at this tournament. Obviously, 2020 has been a bit of a crap show year for tennis. Has not been that much tennis played, really. But it's pretty clear that these 8 guys deserve to be here. We got guys who aren't normally in the top 10, like Rublev or Schwartzman, who I'm very happy to see here because Schwartzman's played great, obviously, especially at the Rome and then at the French Open, making the semifinals. Rublev has, I think, the most amount of titles other than Djokovic this year, or maybe he just has the most. I should have looked that up before the show. Anyways, he's been playing like an absolute animal, gobbling up all these 250s and 500s. And then we got Tsitsipas, who won this tournament last year. Zverev won it the year before. Team, who played amazing here last year, beating Djokovic. And then we got Djokovic and Nadal and Medvedev. So there's no bad players here. It's going to be only juiciness. We got 2 groups. So we got the group of Tokyo 1970. Not sure what the historical context of that is. Djokovic, Medvedev, Zverev, and Schwartzman. And then we got the group London 2020. We got Nadal, Team, Tsitsipas, and Rublev. So off the very top, just looking at the 2 groups, people are going to think, wow, Nadal got the harder group for sure. because there's no one like I guess people would say that Schwartzman would be a pretty good matchup for Djokovic, and then Zverev. And I don't know. I've just read in the comments that a lot of people are saying Nadal's a harder group, which maybe slightly on paper, yes, I guess. Rublev's crazy hot. They've only played once back in 2017. But I think both players got tough groups, and their winning percentages are pretty good, but they're below, like they're not that great. Like Djokovic is 12-5 against his group, 12 wins, 5 losses. Nadal is 15-6 against his group. So there's losses to be had there. And every player in this tournament, in this group, maybe besides Schwartzman, I feel like should feel that they could win this, especially with the way they've been playing. So I think that Djokovic and Nadal, to me, at this point in the season with Corona happening, and at this point in the careers, it's pretty obvious that it's all about the slams at this point. So how much, Nadal's going to fight. We saw Djokovic bow out of Vienna after getting, quote, the job done, winning the first 2 rounds there. Shutout again, Erstbank Open. Thank you for the press pass. So we'll see what the kind of the drive, the passion, the desire to win is like for those 2 guys, because it is the end of the year. Nadal didn't play his best in Paris. So we'll see what he's like on the fast indoor courts of London in these matchups. I think the best hard court player right now on the indoor is Zverev. He's been playing super well. Lost to Medvedev in the final. Could have gone either way. So yeah, I really just, until we see these first matchups go down and see what happens in the rankings in each group, and then how the finals get set up, there's not much more to say on my side. I think Nadal actually has a slightly better win percentage against the players in his group, even though from the eyeball test from a lot of people, I think he is in the tougher group. So if I had to pick Nadal or Djokovic to get to the final, I would put more money on Djokovic, I think, just because he's historically done obviously much better at this tournament. Nadal's never won the World Tour Finals. Interesting. I wonder if that's something he cares about. Obviously, he'd love to win it. And we'll see if, he's going to try his best because that's just who he is, the warrior. But we'll see if he can do it this year and finally get one on the books there. But it's going to be great tennis no matter what. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be tuned in, and we're going to be covering for you the tournament here on The Slice. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking this video. It helps us out. Check out all the sponsors below, and we'll see you over on Instagram.